Here we
Okay.
go.
Name is Richard Blue Cloud Castanada. I'm an artist here in San Francisco. My medium is photography and painting.
And what do you do with your photography and painting?
Generally, I like my photography to be sort of focused on a lot of Native American issues, but I don't exclude any other cultures from outside of my Native American interests. Painting just kind of comes from a flow, something I feel like sometimes will see an image and I think to myself that there's a language that I can't really put into words, so it usually comes out like in a paint, or a scribble or a collage, something that helps sort of embrace what I'm thinking when I'm actually having a thought about a particular piece. I kind of generally work with an emotional quality when I see images. Like, for instance, the examples that I have out there, they're like collage on photography. Those were photographs that were taken of my ancestors, and what I had done is I actually went in there and I actually re-photographed these really beautiful images from the Smithsonian and sort of recompositioned them sort of in a newer context and then reproduced them. But instead of just leaving them as they were, I thought it was really important to give my interpretation of what they look like and what they feel like today. And I think one thing that was really missing from them was the relationship that I have with them, which is like they're like my ancestors, and there's one thing that's missing is the information that they can no longer give me, because a lot of times we're actually we're left to figure this stuff out by ourselves. Oral traditions have sometimes passed away. I'm living away from the reservation, so it's more difficult for me to actually get the language, be around my relatives that tell me the stories. So in a way, like, that piece represents sort of the knowledge I have to seek, and to me it's not just about being Pima, it's also about, like, Indian country has an amazing network of media that we, journalism that we actually inform each other about. And I think that's something that kind of goes unrecognized a lot, because if you go look on a regular magazine rack, you're not going to find Indian country today. You're going to find a lot of mainstream magazines, and only a few places are actually going to, carry Native American subject matter magazines. And I think that's kind of a shame, because I personally, I don't think you can really be an American, which is, okay with me, but technically you can't really be an American if you don't know, like, the roots of the land. You don't know what the people, did before they got here. It's just, to me, it seems like you should know everything there is to know about Native America before you can actually claim to be American. I think why, a lot of Native Americans, I think, are such a really strong culture these days, and people are always amazed that we're still living. People are always amazed that we still have customs. People are always amazed that we still have language. People are totally tripping that we don't look like, our ancestors. We don't have long hair, we're not walking around with loincloths on and stuff like that. And believe it or not, like, I've been all over the place, and people still ask me, are you really a native? I don't know, you just didn't seem like a native, And, like, that just seems to me like such an outdated concept.
What is a native, and how do they act, and what do they look like? What is it? What is it exactly from someone else's perspective?
Right.